If you're going through a divorce and you own a home together, this video is specifically for you. There are decisions coming your way about that house that will affect your finances for years. And most people going through this for the first time have no idea what those decisions even are, let alone what they should do. I'm going to change that in the next few minutes. My name is Amanda Sweetz. I'm a realtor with Keller Williams Realty of the Palm Beaches, and I specialize in helping homeowners in Palm Beach County navigate the sale of a home during some of life's most difficult transitions, including divorce. I work directly alongside divorce attorneys and financial advisors to help both parties get to the closing table with as little stress and as much money as possible. This video is the first in a full series. By the end of this series, you're going to understand the entire process from the moment you decide to sell all the way through what comes next for you. Let's get into it. The marital home is almost always the largest single asset in a divorce, and that creates a combination of financial pressure and emotional attachment that makes it unlike any other real estate transaction. Most home sales are motivated by opportunity. For example, you found a better house, you're relocating, you're upsizing, or you're downsizing. Divorce home sales are motivated by necessity, and that changes everything about how you need to approach it. The marital home is often the most emotionally charged and financially significant decision in the entire divorce. Both of you may have built memories in that home. One of you may desperately want to stay, the other may want it sold yesterday. And somewhere in the middle of all of that, you have to make a rational, market driven decision together. That's hard. And it's why so many divorcing homeowners make costly mistakes. Not because they're careless, but because they're making financial decisions inside of an emotional storm. When it comes to the marital home, divorcing couples generally face three options. I want to walk you through all three of these options so that you understand what's on the table. Option 1. Sell the home and split the proceeds. This is the most common outcome. The home goes on the market, it sells, and after paying off the mortgage and closing costs, whatever equity remains is then divided between both parties according to the divorce agreement. This option is typically the cleanest and the fastest path to a financial fresh start for both people. Option 2. One spouse buys out the other. In this scenario, one spouse keeps the home by refinancing the mortgage in their name alone and paying the other spouse their share of the equity. This sounds simple, but that requires one spouse to qualify for a new mortgage on a single income, and that's not always possible in today's rate environment. We'll go deeper on this in a later video. Option 3. Defer the sell. Some couples agree to delay the sell, often because of children still being in school or because the market timing feels wrong. One spouse continues to live in the home until a future date triggers the sell. This option can work, but it keeps both people financially tied together longer than most want, and it creates complications around who pays the mortgage, the taxes, and the upkeep in the meantime. The right option for you depends entirely on your financial situation, your children's situation, your timeline, and frankly, what both parties can agree on. My job is to help you understand what each path actually means before you commit to one. Here's the thing I see happen over and over again. Couples delay making a decision about the house because it feels like one more overwhelming thing to do on top of an already overwhelming situation. And I understand that. Truly, I do. But delay has a price. Every month the decision is postponed, carrying costs continue. Mortgage, taxes, insurance, HOA, maintenance, which are oftentimes paid out of a shared account that's already being disputed. Meanwhile, the market doesn't want to wait. interest rates move, inventory shifts, buyer demand changes, the home that would have sold in 2 weeks in April might sit for 60 days in August. Getting clear on your path early, even if the sell is 6 months out, protects both of you. Not every realtor is equipped to handle a divorce sell. I want to be direct about that. A divorce sell isn't just a regular listing with two sellers instead of one. It requires a realtor who understands how to navigate communications between parties who may not be speaking to each other, while still representing both of their interests in getting the best possible sell. It requires someone who can coordinate with attorneys on both sides, because in Florida, the divorce proceedings and the real estate closing have to be aligned. If they're not, things fall apart at the very worst possible time. It requires someone who can remain neutral, not taking sides, not feeding into conflict, not letting one spouse's pressure push you toward a listing price or an offer acceptance that isn't in both parties' interest. That's what I do, and it's what I've built my practice around here in Palm Beach County. In the next video in this series, I'm going to answer one of the most common questions I get. Can you actually sell the house before the divorce is finalized? The answer might surprise you. But before you go, if you want a head start, I've put together a free divorce home sale checklist. It walks you through the 12 steps that you need to take before you list your home. It also covers everything from attorney coordination to preparation decisions to understanding your net proceeds. The link is in the description below. No strings attached, just a resource to help you get into this process informed. Subscribe to the channel if you're finding this information helpful. Every video in this series builds on the last. And if you're already at the point where you need to talk to someone about your specific situation, reach out. I offer free consultations for divorcing homeowners. The scheduling link is in the description as well. I'm Amanda Sweetz, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care of yourself, and remember, your next chapter is your best.